welcome back on my channel. I hope you are all doing well. In today's video I would like to moan and complain just a little bit. I'm going to tell you my story of looking for a job, but also my friends. So as you might know, I recently moved to a new town. So I was looking for a job. But also last year I graduated from Aberystwyth University, where I studied tourism management. And I know, those days it's the worst thing I could study, because tourism industry is basically dead, like slowly picking up, but still. But at uni I had other subjects like business and marketing as well. So not only tourism. And I realized, and so I thought when I'm going to graduate, it's going to be quite easy for me to find a job because I have a degree. I couldn't be more wrong. Actually, during this pandemic and recession, it is so difficult to find a job, even if you have an experience, because I'm going to tell you the stories from my friends that were looking for a job and are constantly looking for a job. And it's just a nightmare to look for a job right now. So yeah, if you have similar experiences, you can share them in the comments. I would love to read them. But looking for a job is such a difficult task, because you want to have a job, you need to have a job because you have bills to pay, for example, and so you need a job, and you have a little bit of ambition, and you would like to have a good job, also well-paid job, and you can't get it. And I'm like, what the employee is looking for, because they have such a weird requirements. First thing is like, okay, I'm a graduate, and at uni they've been telling us look for graduation schemes, graduate schemes. Okay. I googled graduate schemes, all in London, nothing even in Birmingham or Manchester, nothing. Like from here, I would manage to commute to Birmingham, but there is nothing in there either. So, what? And my friend, she lives in London, and she obviously applies for the graduate schemes, and she can't get it either. So I'm like, what? So I will start from my stories, and I'll share the stories from my friends. So basically for last year I was looking for a job. I think I started in around June, July time, when I just finished all my assignments. So when I just finished all my assignment, I submitted my dissertation, I started to look for a job. And there was nothing, because we were still in lockdown. The old jobs I could see was either a production operative, warehouse operative, you might just hear my dishwasher, and social workers maybe, and people to work in care homes. So nothing that I would like to do, because I've worked before in warehouses, and it's not a job for me at all. I've been working in multiple ones during summer because easy money, sort of. And like many places, they're not going to hire you if they know that you only want to work for like 3 months. Even in the warehouse, you're not allowed to tell that, because if they're going to hear something like that, they'll be like, sorry, now just training you is going to cost us too much, and if you're going to leave in 3 months, then just no point. Yeah, so I was looking for a job, applying for multiple jobs, like even like retail, but retail is one of the industries that is so difficult to get into. But I was applying for like some marketing roles, like I would like to work in an office, for example. An office job would be satisfactory for me, to be fair. So, because come on, it's an office job, you just sit at computer all day and just write emails. I don't know what else you can possibly do there, but I guess it's easy, and I would easily manage. But even for those roles, they require from you to have years experience, and I'm like, I work at the reception, sort of an administration role, sort of, but I learn quickly. If you would just explain me for like go through with me for all the things I have to do, I would quickly manage to do it all on my own. So no, of course not. You need a few years of experience, and how I'm supposed to get experience if no one wants to hire me? I applied, before I moved here, I applied for a job that was in digital marketing. And in the job offer they say that it's an entry level, so the experience is not required. That was great. I have a little bit of experience, but not a lot, so I was great. I applied. I even managed to get an interview. It was a long interview. It was like 40 minutes at least. And I've been asked all sorts of questions. They even tried to test my knowledge. And one of the questions I've been asked was, if you would now be just walking on the street and you would find a magic wand that could erase one of your flaws, what it could be? And I was like, okay. I was like, patience. I'm not the most patient person, so I guess that. Because I want everything now, I want to see results now, I don't like to wait for them. And I said something like, oh, my boyfriend is sending me presents that I can't open until certain day, so I said, okay. And a few days later I got an email that, sorry, but no, we're not going to hire you. And I was like, okay, could you just let me know what was wrong so I can improve? And then I also heard that they decided to hire someone who has an experience, and I'm like, but you said you're not looking for someone who has experience, because on the interview I've been also told that for next 3 months they're just going to train me, so I just have to have a brain like a sponge and just absorb all the knowledge. So it was great, sounds great to me. No. So that was very annoying, and so I was looking for these jobs, and then I moved here. I still looked for a job, and it's so tiring and frustrating, and it gets you to the point that you think, what is wrong with me if I can't get a job? I have some experience, like I said, as a working as a receptionist at a hotel, and also at the gym. So let's say I have about 6 months of experience as a receptionist, and here I actually hope for this job, even though commuting there would be a pain, but I just applied and they basically called me immediately, so I was like, okay. And I had a chat with this manager, and he said that I sound good, I'm bubbly and everything, so when I could come for an interview. So a few days later I went for an interview, had a great conversation. They never called me back. And also when I had looking for 2 people, I was like, oh, I have even a bigger chance. And also they knew that I am interested in marketing and social media, so I could help them with that. Even on the interview I said how I could improve their social media and how I would promote the place. No, apparently it wasn't enough, so I was like, okay, who else you are looking for? So yeah, that was annoying. Then I started to applying for apprenticeships, even if I need a job that is going to be a full-time job with a proper salary. I started applying for apprenticeships because, okay, they are aimed at people who have no experience, so if I have some experience, maybe I will manage to get it. No. Because my only education here in the UK is university. I don't have A-levels or GCSEs, so I can't get it. I would have to do the functional skills, and then I can apply for the apprenticeships. And I'm like, oh, great. Even though I have something that is higher, because I have a higher education degree, I still can't get into a job that is for people after college or at college. So that is annoying and doesn't make even sense. And when I was talking to people from the college, they said, yeah, it doesn't make sense, but that is what it is. So I was like, great. So this is a bit annoying, and like I said, I have some experience. I know I would manage to do loads of jobs, but I think my problem is that I don't know how to sell myself, and I just can't sell myself. Like my friend, she managed to get an accountant job having no accountant experience, and I'm like, how? I don't know, I just have a charm, and I'm like, great, I wish I have that. So yeah, and like I said, it's very frustrating when you want a job, you need a job, because you need the money, and you know you would manage in many roles, and you can't get anything. And it's like, I was seriously starting to think, what's wrong with me if I can't get a job? But then I started to talk to my friends, and I felt a little bit better when I heard their stories. So one of my friends, she lives in Manchester now, and she was looking there for a job for 2 months. I was looking for a job here when I moved for a month, managed to find something. I'll say about my job in a bit. But so she was looking for a job for 2 months, like she started in about March time. So in March places were starting to reopen, so they were looking for a job. But another thing is, like, you apply today, and like in 2 weeks time you might get a phone call. You would thought that maybe if they look for someone, they look straight away, so it's going to be quick. No, sometimes even after a month you're getting a phone call or something. So she was looking for, I think she was aiming for jobs in like restaurants, cafes, because she has some experience in hospitality, and so she would have a first stage interview, second stage interview, then she would come for this place for a few hours to do some actual job, to see the place, obviously see so the employer can see what she's like, and they would never call her back. And I'm like, that is just waste of my time, or of your time. And every time I have an interview and I'm not getting forward, I'm like, it was just waste of time. Seriously, it was just waste of time, because you need time to prepare, obviously, for the interview. Just think of the questions you might have been asked and just prepare your answers, and yeah, so get ready and everything. So it takes time, and then the actual interview, obviously. So I feel like it's just waste of time, generally. So she told me that, and she said, like, if in Manchester it took me 2 months to find a job, then you live in smaller towns, so it might take longer. I was like, great. And then my friend, another friend, she worked while she was studying with me. She worked in a hotel in Premier Inn as a receptionist, and she was actually promoted. And she actually decided to do her master's at the University of Surrey, and she was looking there for a job. Obviously couldn't find anything. Now she moved to London with her boyfriend, and she still struggles to find a job. Like, she found a job in bakery, and she's like, she's the only person with a degree there. So she's working in a customer service with a degree. And she actually complained about this job a little bit, and also she applied for the same position for the same role at Premier Inn, and she didn't get it. She has over 2 years of experience at Premier Inn as a receptionist, and even more than that. She also had an internship in freaking Dubai. And they told her that, sorry, but other people had more experience than you. And I'm like, she has 2 years of experience. That's not enough for you. Come on, she's young and she has the experience. So even if you have an experience, for some employers, it's not enough. My other friend, she was looking, so she was in furlough, and then in the end she was fired this year. And she was looking for a job, and she has like 4 or 5 years of experience in administration roles, and she was looking for a job. So she's the one that found a job as an accountant. But when she was looking for a job, she had an interview for a role in a hospital, like administration in a hospital, and she'd been told like she's great, but she doesn't have an experience in a hospital, so and they would prefer someone who already worked in a hospital. So I'm like, come on. So it is very, very difficult to find a job, and even in my work, I work as a store assistant at the moment. I have no idea how I got this job, but it's only a part-time though. So I'm like, and when I talk to customers, that's something I like the most about the job, because I can talk to people even though I'm an introvert. But I actually quite enjoy that I can talk to people. And when they hear I have a degree and I work in a place like that, they shocked. They genuinely shocked. And then I explain them what it's like to look for a job right now. They shocked. They have no idea. Even though like BBC writes multiple articles about that, they still shocked and they have no idea. I was talking to a girl and she was doing her master's in marketing, and she said the same. It is super difficult because for the graduate role they want you to have an experience. She said that her boyfriend was doing a master's in engineering because he's been told that if he's going to do that he will secure a role at some company, but then obviously COVID started and the company said, sorry, we can't hire you anymore. It is just a nightmare to look for a job. Obviously I'm still looking for a job because I want something better, something that a job that is going to be better paid, basically, because we have lots of bills to pay as we have a house now. And obviously like even like for my cat needed a surgery, I spent 500 quid for that. So yeah, I need something that is going to be better paid. And so yeah, just looking for a job is a nightmare right now. Another thing is like I'd like to do my driving license and I can't because there is no time slot available. I genuinely just checked because I was like, oh, maybe I'll manage to find a time slot. Nope. I checked December. Nothing for December. So it is a nightmare. So I can't even do that because I feel like if I would have, because of where I live right now, I need a car, because walking anywhere or commuting by public transport, it's taking too much time, because anywhere when I was checking and applying for a job, it would take me an hour to get there, either walking or taking the public transport. So I need a car and I can't get the license. So even though I can drive, I can't get it. And one thing is actually finding a time slot for your exam, but the other thing is just I would need to find a driving instructor. And I know there's a problem with that as well, because they fully booked and they can't take anyone at the moment. So it is just a nightmare. And because I can't find anything like any decent job right now, I can't get a driving license either or get myself a car. I feel like I'm stuck in my life. I don't feel like I'm moving on. And that's also very frustrating and kind of depressing as well, because I feel like everyone is moving forward with their lives, even though like I moved to a new place, I have a beautiful house that I love, I live with my boyfriend and everything is great. The house is slowly coming together and it's looking like I wanted and everything. I still feel like I'm stuck and I feel like I didn't achieve anything so far, even though for someone it might look like I achieved a lot in my life. Like I graduate, we bought a house and everything. I feel like I'm stuck at the same place where I've been like a year ago. In my head it looks like this, even though it's not. So yeah, just this whole situation is very frustrating for me, and I bet it's frustrating for everyone that is looking for a job right now. Like, my friend lives in London, like, just to rent the place, it's £900. 900! Here we don't even pay 900 with all the bills for the house, so, and we have a house. She has a one-bedroom flat. That's the difference between like London and the rest of the country, basically. So yeah, like I said, the whole situation is very frustrating, but I hope that actually things are going to change. And basically the thing is that what I, and I guess loads of other people need, is someone to give us a chance to actually gain the experience we need for other jobs. Like, I know I might be missing some experience, but I would love to have the experience and gain the experience, and I learn quickly. So like I said, it just, someone would need to show me a few times how to do something, and that's how I would learn very quickly. That's something that I learn about myself. Like, it doesn't take me long to learn things, and also I learn through practice. So yeah. So I think that would be it in this video. I just wanted to moan a little and share my experience about looking for a job during pandemic and recession. So if you have any stories that actually would lift my spirits at the moment, please share them in the comments. If you managed to actually get a job and you are recent and graduate and you managed to secure yourself a good job, you are very, very lucky, and I'm jealous. But I hope some things will change soon and I'll manage to find something better. I am happy that I have something for now, that I'm not stuck at home. I have a job to go, even though it's just a part-time, and I will have some money, so that's a good thing. So because of that I feel slightly better, even though it's not a dream job. I have a love-hate relationship with this job, but it's like I said, it's better than nothing and it's better than working in a warehouse, that's for sure. So yeah, if you're looking for a job, good luck. I've been finding some accounts on Instagram that were also a little bit helpful, how to like prepare myself for an interview. So I'll share them in the description box so you can check them out. Maybe they'll be helpful for you. So yeah, that would be my experience about looking for a job. And yeah, if you're looking for a job, then just have hope. That's all we can have, to be fair, all we can do. Just have a little bit of hope so that we will manage to find something. So yeah. So that will be it with this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I lift your spirits if you're looking for a job. If you're looking for a job and you can't get something good or anything, you're not the only one. Trust me, you're not the only ones. Loads of us. So I know it's very frustrating and it's taking toll on our mental health, because we're just thinking like, what's wrong with me? But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave it a thumb up. If you still don't subscribe my channel, you can do it now. And I hope to see you very, very soon in the next video. Bye!